When you first open up your Blender file, you're going to see 4 main windows. Now, we're going to focus on the big one, the main window, which is the 3D viewport. And I'm going to show you how to navigate around your scene. So right now, this is our default scene with 3 objects. Now, our outliner shows how the objects that are in our scene. So right now, we have a camera, a cube, and a point light in our scene. It's only 3 objects, okay? Only 3 objects. Now, when you try to navigate around Blender, there's actually 2 ways to do this. First of all, on the top right, we have a gizmo over here. What you can do is that you can left click and then you can drag your mouse to literally move around your scene using that gizmo. And then also over here, we have the zooming button to zoom in and out of the view. So if you left click and drag up and down, you can zoom in and out. So for example, if I leave it like this, I can zoom in and out, or in and out like that. And over here we have this hand to move the view. So now you're panning around just like that. Now the next one is for camera. We're not going to do that yet. So that is the 3 ways to move around. Now that is just using your left click and drag. Now if you want to use a keyboard and using the shortcuts, that is more efficient. And I recommend you learning that as well. Now, if you do shift and middle mouse button, do that together, and you move your mouse, you can pan around your scene just like that. And if you do middle mouse button and then you drag, you can rotate around your scene and then zoom in and out to scroll up or down your middle mouse button to zoom in and out just like that. So shift middle mouse button to pan around, right, middle mouse button to rotate, and middle mouse button scroll up and down to zoom in and out. That is like the only 3 ways that you can move around your scene. Now Blender is usually for modeling and literally animation. So that is a very, very good way to rotate around your object. Now the next thing I want to show you is that if you are selecting an object, it will turn orange, a light orangey color. So select this, it will turn an orange color. Left click, select this, it will turn a orangey color. Now the next thing you will notice, if you shift select multiple objects, so I select the camera and I shift select the cube. Now the primary object selected is our cube. So your primary object, the one that is highlighted as the light color, so light orange, is our object that we selected last, and that is our main one. And then the dark orange is one that is our secondary object in our scene that we have selected. Okay. And now once we have done that, now the next thing I want to show you is that if you select an object in the scene and you press the decimal point, the point button on your numpad, now you can change this in the preferences. I'll show you in a minute. If you select your decimal point, the point button in your numpad, select that, it will go right to that object. Now if you do that same thing in the outliner, so select the cube in your outliner and press the delete button or the numpad decimal point on your numpad, so press that and then we'll quickly go to that cube. And that is very, very handy if you are gone out of your scene and you zoom in, zoom out so much that you lost everything and you can't find your way back home. So what we have to do, select an object, press that decimal point, and you will get to that object. And it's very, very super efficient. Now what you also can do is rename the objects in your outliner. So if I press this, you can press F2 or you can just right click to rename it. So rename over here, or you can just press double click, so it's like that, double left click. And I'm going to name it camera 1. Now I just do that because there's going to be multiple cameras in your scene and you have to make it very, very, very efficient. And you can also make a cube 2, point light, whatever. You can do more stuff like that. And then the next thing I want to show you is going to your editor preferences. Now, this is when you have to go to the editor preferences if you do not have like a monitor and a desktop, and then you don't have anything. You have a computer, you have a laptop, then you don't have the numpad button, and you don't have like a middle mouse button as well. That's why you need to go to the edit preferences and have another video on that just to let you know. It's going to be in the link in the description. So you have to go to edit preferences. Now, if you go into the interface, you're going to see the resolution scale. So I'm going to move this down right here. And the resolution scale is going to be how big you want your screen to be. So you can go to 0.5, you can go to 0.5, or you can go to 1. 1 is our default. I will usually make it to 1.25 so you guys can see my screen properly, because you probably have a small screen and you want to see it. So 1.25 is the best one. And then you can just press save preferences. But this one, I don't like it too big, so I'm going to keep it 1.2. Then you just press save preferences, but I have autosave on, so I can just do that. And then once you have done that, that is literally the basics you need to know. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to add objects in your scene. I'm going to meet you in my next video, so I'll see you there.